Hey guys, welcome to a new sewing video. So as you may remember, in my last sewing video, I made these pants, trousers, these beautiful vintage wide-legged trousers that I am very happy with. I have worn them lots. I did, in fact, replace the buttons that were already falling apart, and I am no longer doing hand-covered fabric buttons. They are mismatched because we're still in lockdown. And I haven't been able to get my hands on any matching buttons yet, but I will at some point. And until then, I actually think this looks pretty cute. As you may remember, after I made these, I still had a lot of fabric left because I had ordered way more than I needed, or actually I was able to squeeze my pattern pieces into a much smaller piece of fabric. Someone in the comments actually suggested that I use the remaining fabric to make a waistcoat, and I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So that is what we are going to do today. I'm gonna pull out this pattern again, my new look pattern, which I have used surprisingly often. This is my one pattern that has a bodice with princess seams, so anytime I need princess seams I end up pulling this one out, which is kind of weird, but I am in fact also using this for my wedding dress. Can you believe it? I promise it actually looks good. Last time I used it, I made this little vest waistcoat thing, which I absolutely adore, but it did come out a little bit on the small side. There wasn't enough room for me to overlap the front pieces and make a button closure, so I had to do these hook and eye closures on the side. So I am gonna try again. I'm gonna do a different view of this pattern. This time I want to go for that one. See, with the collar, I think that would be really cute, especially considering how business-like those trousers already came out. I have decided to size up one size. I was hesitating between going up one size and two sizes, but I decided to just go up one size, and if it turns out too small again, I can always do a different closure again. I cut out my pattern pieces yesterday. Looking really good so far. So let's get started with the assembly. I need to pull out my instructions again. And if I remember correctly, this was a fairly easy and quick project to do. I may just have forgotten about the hard parts. It starts with just stay stitching and then attaching the front section to the front side. That sounds easy enough. Okay, let's do it. Before we move on with the rest of the video, I just wanted to take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, because this video is very kindly sponsored by Skillshare, and I am sure all of you are familiar with Skillshare by now. I've been working with them for a while and I absolutely love working with Skillshare because I absolutely adore their platform. Skillshare is an online learning community. They offer courses on all kinds of creative topics, personal development, business, creative writing, design, productivity, photography, video production, and sewing as well, and various crafting topics. It's a perfect place to explore new skills or hone any of your existing interests with great quality courses on a platform that allows you to connect with other like-minded people. The most recent course I followed is called Personal Branding, Crafting Your Social Media Presence, and it's taught by Kate Ahrens of Wit and Delight blog you might be familiar with, and this is honestly one of the best courses I have ever followed on Skillshare. It is incredibly good, really good. Gives some amazing actionable, points that you can work on in regards to personal branding. She explains how you can convey your purpose and character, and helps to kind of create a social media strategy. It's super valuable. Highly recommend checking that one out if you're interested in this kind of stuff. But yeah, like I mentioned, they have courses related to creative topics, sewing and stuff like that as well. Skillshare is definitely the place to go, with thousands of courses available for you right now. So Skillshare is very kindly offering a free trial membership for the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box below, and after that it's only around $10 a month. So the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box will get a free trial of the Skillshare Premium membership. So definitely be sure to check that out. It's highly worth it, and if you are in lockdown like we are right now, then this is a great way to spend your time. A massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's get on with sewing. Alright, we are making progress. Here is what I have so far. 2 front bits, 2 back bits, everything attached together, 3 back bits actually, and 4 front bits. Don't know what went wrong there, but anyways, it's time to move on to the collar. So I have the collar here with interfacing and then pinned right sides together, the actual collar and the collar facing. So I'm going to stitch along the top here, making sure to pivot at the edges here and hopefully get a nice and sharp line. Fingers crossed. Alright, it's the next day and I just made the same thing again, but out of lining this time. So I decided to line the inside with the same fabric, but the other side. So this is going to be the inside of the vest. I do think this variation of the fabric is pretty cute as well. Now all I need to do is attach the outer part to the lining, or actually attach the lining to the outer part. I need to pin the collar away from the armhole so that it doesn't accidentally get caught in there, which sounds like a good idea. So let's actually do that. That is very much something that would happen to me. Right sides together, pin lining to vest. So that would be like this. Alright, that's one side stitched up or pinned. So I'm gonna do the same thing along the other arm side part and stitch this up, and then I'll be back. I have attached the armhole bits, clipped the seams, trimmed the seams and understitched, so hopefully my lining won't poke out once this is finished. So now I need to stitch up the rest of the seams, and in order to do that I will need to kind of bunch up this collar in here because I need to attach these two bits, so the entire collar needs to fit into the shoulder, as it were. I think this will be okay. I hope. Once this is pinned, I'm gonna stitch up all the sides besides the side seams. So that will be the bottom and the front in any case, and the neck. And then we are almost on to the last steps. Alrighty, we are almost finished. This project has taken way too long. It's time to get this done. So it's almost done, almost ready. I stitched up the side seams and the inside is all nice and finished. So all it needs now are just a couple of finishing touches. I should top stitch along the front here and of course do the buttons, which I now have a handy dandy sewing machine for. I just need to look for actual buttons that I could use because we are still in lockdown, still no access to the stores. If I had wanted to order buttons online, I should have done that earlier. That's the plan for today. Finish this thing, finally. Alright guys, here it is, the finished result. The vest is finally done, waistcoat, however you prefer to call it. And I must say I am very pleased with it. I love how it looks combined with these trousers. I feel like, you know, embracing the whole officiness of the whole thing. I have made a really nice businessy looking professional suit and I actually really enjoy this, but I think it could also definitely work as a more casual outfit if this is your style. Also, depending on how you would style this, I think with a sweater on top it would look very different than, you know, combined with a blouse like I'm wearing it today. But I think either way it looks really nice. I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I love that it is so different from the last time that I used this pattern, and that is actually what I love most about patterns like that. They are usually so versatile. You can change them so much just depending on what fabric you use, what materials, you know, the weight of the fabric, color, prints, of course. You can make so many completely different outfits using the same pattern. That is something that I want to do a little bit more often. So you might see me reusing patterns that I've used before more often on this channel. But yeah, for now, this one, very happy with it. I really like the way the collar turned out. And it does actually fit also this time. So yay! One thing that I don't love 100%, I think might have been better, is that the buttons are a little bit wonky. And I do think that's my own fault because I use buttons that are much bigger than the recommended size. And I think I should have been maybe a bit more careful with the placement of the buttons, and especially while I was making the buttonholes. I really, really love it. I think the size is perfect. It's not as tight as the other one, and I think it could have maybe been 1 or 2 centimeters tighter around the waist, but then I don't think it would have fitted around up here. So that is this one, guys. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me for a little bit of a more quick and simple project. The next one I already have planned, and I will be self-drafting again for the pattern for my next project. And we are still working on some of that stash busting, so keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for lots more beauty, lifestyle, sewing videos. I want to give a massive thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye, guys!